This is Bloomberg Markets. I'm Scarlett Fu.
And I'm Lisa Abramowitz. It's now time for Options Insight with Abigail Doolittle. Abigail.
Thanks, Lisa. And joining me from the CBO in Chicago is Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Scott, thank you for joining us. Happy Friday. It's been a pretty bumpy week.
Likewise, same to you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a pretty bumpy week, but this Friday it's pretty interesting. Are traders asleep, tired, not much happening? More typical summer Friday.
Well, outside of Lollapalooza, which is going on just right down the street from here, on the floor, there is nothing going on today. And this is more like the typical summer trade, right? So far this summer, we haven't seen this. We haven't seen the VIX down at the 11-plus level. We haven't seen low volumes. This is really typical. This is like that old saying, in like a tiger, out like a lamb, or something like that, where the summer is usually really calm. We have not seen that. But that could all change. We could get another tweet over the weekend, something else with tariff talk over the weekend. We come in Monday morning and we see volatility right back like it was just 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, because I was going to ask, could this be the calm before the storm? Because there's been some work done in recent years. The VIX tends to put in its peak in August. Think back to August of 2015 for a really dramatic example. But is there any reason, based on your work, to think that we could really see a spike in that fear index, which would suggest stocks might at least temporarily drop?
Abigail, I don't know so much about a spike, but if you look at the VIX futures and going out, it's the near term, it's the front month, this week, next week, that is really getting hit. But if you look out towards September and beyond, it's really not dipping that much. So that tells me that, this could be very, very short term.
Now, outside of tweet possibilities or headlines that come out of nowhere, the month of August, what are traders really focusing on right now? Or is it just truly a summer period?
It really is a summer period. I mean, obviously last year or 2 years ago, we had a big, big dip in August. So some people are maybe thinking, is that going to happen again? I think right now, though, what traders are looking at is that this year has been anything but normal from January till right now, and are really expecting anything. I'm seeing traders take less of position sizing than they normally would, because on any day's notice, on any minute's notice, we can see this market really turn.
Yeah, that's a great point. So we're at the end of the heart of earnings season, but of course there are some next week. Dropbox, and I know that you have a trade on Dropbox.
Love Dropbox, especially this past week. We've seen analyst upgrades, and the company, the management, has actually come out and talked very positively about some of the plans that they had put into place, that they're going to start reaping the benefits. I love the upside here. I'm buying the 29.32.5 call spread, $3.50 wide call spread, trying to do that for about $1 or so. The max that can go to is $3.50. I can make $2.50, but like always, I know my risk. It's risk defined. I'm stopped out at the amount I pay for this spread, which is $1. But earnings are next Thursday. I'm looking for an upward move.
And just to return back to the macro and just very quickly bring the commodity complex into it, we have stocks higher on the year, but the Bloomberg Commodity Index lower, oil higher. How do you fit that into the bigger picture?
Again, it's been anything but normal, right? We've seen all of the risk, geopolitical risk, tariff talk, this, that, and the other. So, you would think, like, especially with gold and the metals, that's the safe haven trade, right? It hasn't been. We've seen oil up one day, down the other day. So again, I think that's just another example that this is anything but the norm right now. And traders and investors alike really have to stay on their toes.
Great trade on Dropbox and fantastic macro comments. Scott Bauer of Prosper Trading, thank you so much and have a great weekend. Lisa, back to you.